Hello and welcome back to JVSCP. I'm wearing a hat today because my hair is terrible. We're gonna be reading a few entries today, and I think all of them are safe, so I think that's the theme for today, but you know that better than me. You can just look at the title of the video. So without any further ado, let's begin. SCP-3081 by TL333S from the SCP Wiki. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. The mouth of the access road leading to SCP-3081 has been camouflaged via standard Foundation forestry protocols. 3081 should be checked routinely and any notable changes documented. Civilians discovered accessing 3081 are to be interrogated, amnesticized, and released. Description: SCP-3081 is an irregularly shaped extra-dimensional space, accessible via a dirt road in unincorporated Perkins County, South Dakota, USA. The exterior of SCP-3081 appears to be a grove of mixed deciduous trees smaller than the internal dimensions. Within 3081 is a grassy plain surrounded by thick forest similar in species to that of the outer area. Weather patterns inside of 3081 do not match those of the surrounding area, tending toward fair with only intermittent light rainfall observed. Items such as tin pails and wooden stools have been found within SCP-3081 on occasion. 3081 also contains 9 instances of 3081-1. 3081-1 are large, about 1.4 meters high, organisms resembling human hands. -1 locomote using the thumb and index, ring, and little fingers, while the middle finger acts as a head. -1 lacks fingerprints. Genetic analysis of sampled material has revealed a 75% match to human DNA, with the remainder unknown. All instances bear skin depigmentation consistent with vitiligo. Emerging from the back of each instance is a proportionally sized human arm that extends into the tree line. Attempts to find further anatomical features, such as joints past the wrists, have been hampered by the thickness of the surrounding forest and the skittish nature of -1. It is unknown whether the arms have a terminus. The behavior of -1 is similar to that of common cattle. They display herd behavior and are generally docile unless disturbed. Though -1 lack mouth parts, their typical behavior pattern involves brushing the tip of the middle digit across the surface of the grass. No plant material is excised during this process. It is not known if this behavior is necessary for the survival of -1. The -1 herd currently numbers 4 left hands and 5 right hands. Addendum 3081-1. On
the 4th of August 2005,
it was noted during a routine entry into 3081 that 3081-1R-5 had formed itself into an OK gesture, while 3081-1L-2 repeatedly inserted and removed its thumb from the O. This action continued for the full length of time personnel were present in 3081, 1 hour, 25 minutes. Good job, buddy. It's got some performance in him. Addendum 3081-02. On
the 22nd of May 2006,
2 new instances of -1 were noted. Both were right hands, considerably smaller than all previous instances. Though 1R-6 was noted to maintain close proximity to -5 at all times, -7 was unable to move from where it lay. SCP-3081-1R-7, and from here on out I'm going to refer to all of these as just like R7, if they have that full line of text, because I'm not going to read that every time. R7 was malformed, possessing only a thumb, index, and middle finger. Though R6 was noted to maintain close proximity to R5 at all times, R7 was unable to move from where it lay. As other instances of -1 maintained distance from R7, it was decided to harvest the instance for study. Initial attempts were hampered by aggression from 1L instances. Footnote, the only time aggression has been noted in -1. But on
the 5th of June 2006,
R7 had ceased all motion and personnel were able to complete the harvesting procedure without interference. The arm of R7 was severed 1 meter above the wrist. Personnel reported hearing a low moan as the arm receded into the tree line. No pursuit attempt was made. Since August of 2006, 18 more new instances of -1 have been discovered, at a rate of 1 to 2 every 9 months. All but 1 have had some form of major physical abnormality, rendering them incapable of survival past a few weeks. Harvest and vivisection of these instances has fueled the Foundation's understanding of -1's physiology. Addendum 3081-3. On
the 15th of November 2015,
during a routine examination of 3081, no instances of -1 could be located inside the anomaly. Drops of a viscous fluid were found in the central area of the clearing. The fluid was later identified as a slurry of skin, muscle tissue, and bone, with a 74% match to human DNA. The drops were noted to describe a square, approximately 90 meters to a side. Monitoring of 3081 is to continue at a reduced rate to prevent civilian access. Addendum 3081-4. On a Foundation agent discovered skin cream products marketed by Soft Hands at a Publix in Orlando, Florida. All products were seized and placed in storage. Analysis of the products reveals a composition of approximately 35% human muscle tissue. As a quick little side note here, the Soft Hands in the text there is clickable and leads to SCP-2494. Which, you know what, instead of me kind of recapping, it's sort of short, so we'll just read it after this one. In an interview, the store manager claimed to have been contacted by a sales representative, and after agreeing to carry the products, a pallet of skin cream was included in their usual shipment of cosmetics. Attempts to trace the origin of the shipment have so far been unsuccessful. The product label is reproduced below. Hand milk by Soft Hands. Enjoy this limited time run of Soft Hands hand milk, hand and skin cream and lotion. Rub Soft Hands hand milk, hand and skin cream and lotion upon your hands and skin and hands daily to get Soft Hands super soft feeling hands. Made from all natural organic products with no animal testing. From your heads to your hands. Please take care of your hands. They're the only hands you'll get. This is really fun. I'm really into this. For some reason I have a soft spot, no pun intended, super soft spot, for all entries that sort of have like an ad in them. So a lot of the Wondertainment entries, for example, I really like. What's up, baby? You want these soft hands? No? Okay. So I guess what we should be doing is looking more into Dr. Wondertainment, because I know there are a lot of good ones from them. I also really like the creatures, the hand creatures. I guess they do remind me a little bit of the big guys, the water walkers from the Anti-Memetics Division story. I don't know why. They don't really have anything in common other than being an SCP and being like a sort of creature, and that they're giant, I guess. And this whole sort of implied side plot of them suffering from inbreeding is also really interesting. Yeah, but I feel that we're also probably gonna get a lot of additional context from the 2494 entry, which I see here was also written by TL333S. So let's get into that one and just see what more we can learn. SCP-2494. Object Class: Euclid. Keter classification pending. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2494 is currently uncontained. MTF Row 14, Handschuhe, is tasked with tracking the origin of the phenomenon and suppressing public knowledge of outbreaks. All instances of 2494-1 should be captured, euthanized, and catalogued. One instance of -1 per major species is to be kept in Site-73 specimen storage. Description: SCP-2494 is a phenomenon whereby animals, -1, manifest human hands, integrated into their anatomy. To date, all instances of -1 have been vertebrates. The source and mechanisms of 2494 are currently unknown, but the phenomenon has so far been centralized to the vicinity of the River Tweed along the Scottish/English border. Hands related to 2494 vary in size, but in -1 averaging more than 0.4 meters in length or 9 kilos in weight are comparable to standard human hands. Hands typically occur at the ends of forelimbs, less frequently also on the hind limbs. In rare instances, hands have been seen emerging from the cranium, along the spine, in place of the tail or at the end of the nose. Hands are merged seamlessly with -1's physiology, and color varies according to the animal's own skin. DNA tests invariably return as that of the instance's species. -1 are generally not impeded by these hands, except in cases where placement overbalances the instance. Fine manipulation is possible, though instances will only use their hands in this manner if such behavior is typical for their species. However, -1 have been discovered clutching letters and flyers. The origins of these... I don't know why I think that's so funny. It's like they don't really use these hands for anything, except every now and then they're holding flyers. Holding flyers is such a, I don't know, such a like a menial and dry thing to be using them for. They're all involved in the local politics, but otherwise they don't really make use of their additional hands. -1 have been discovered clutching letters and flyers. The origin of these is currently under investigation. See Addenda 02 and 05. Addendum 01. Partial list of -1 instances in specimen storage.
Instance.
-103A.
Description.
Male Eurasian harvest mouse, Micromys minutus. Hands emerging from ends of the forelimbs, 7 mm long at the middle finger.
Notes.
Instance was able to hold seeds for eating.
Instance.
-107C.
Description.
Male European hare, Lepus europaeus. Hands connected to all 4 limbs.
Notes.
Placement of hands on rear limbs impedes locomotion.
Instance.
-110F.
Description.
Female European hedgehog, Erinaceus europaeus. Hand located at the end of snout.
Notes.
Instance dead when brought to Foundation custody.
Instance.
-112B.
Description.
Male Old English sheepdog, Canis lupus familiaris. Hand emerges from top of cranium.
Notes.
Behavior consistent with breed. Currently kept alive in custody of MTF Row 14 as morale booster. Ah, sick! The Mobile Task Force got a dog from studying this anomaly. That's great. Love that for them.
Instance.
-114C.
Description.
Male cattle, Bos primigenius taurus. Hands at end of forelimbs and in place of horns.
Notes.
Testing shows no appreciable difference between flavor of meat from body of -114 instances and meat from hands. Test subjects unanimously complained the latter is stringy or tough.
Instance.
-118A.
Description.
Female little ringed plower, Caradrius dubius. Hands emerge from carpal bones, replacing wings.
Notes.
Instance unable to fly. Hand bones pneumatized, consistent with other avian -1s.
Instance.
-142A.
Description.
Female Atlantic salmon, Salmo salar. Hand in place of dorsal fin.
Notes.
See Addendum 2494-05. For full list of 2494-1 specimens, contact Dr. And now we're about to jump into the Addendum 02 and Addendum 05. So just to give you reminders here, both 02 and 05 were mentioned in the context of them holding flyers or letters, and then 05 was mentioned again about the salmon, but we'll get to that. We'll start with Addendum 02. This is a short list of notes and flyers found held by -1 instances upon their recovery.
Item 1.
Found in possession of 2494-107A.
14th of May 2010.
Written on sticky note. Superb hands.
Item 2.
Found in possession of 110F.
26th of February 2012.
Written on torn, lined notebook paper.
Are these hands loud enough to be heard? Soft hands. Trademark protected.
Note: no such trademark exists.
Item 3.
Found in possession of -13D.
3rd of March 2013.
Written on coiled strip of paper 0.7 meters long.
Do you dream of hands? Do you wonder what type of hand is your favorite? Do you wish for hands or more hands? Do you know what it is like to be bereft of hands, yet consumed by yearning for them? Or do you merely possess them in ignorance?
Item 4.
Full color flyer found in possession of -112A.
15th of January 2014.
Do you love hands? Are you a human with hands of your own? Do your hands suffer from lack of softness? Worry not. There is a cure. Try soft hands, trademark protected, today. Day and night of the softest hands around. Not available in all communities.
On
5th of April 2015.
a school of 13 Salmo Salar-1 was observed in the River Tweed approaching Site 73. MTF Row 14 was able to capture all instances and initiate counter-information procedures. Each instance possessed a single hand in place of its dorsal fin, visible above waterline. Movement in water was somewhat clumsy. Each hand clutched a plastic bag containing a small sheet of paper. Text reproduced below.
Greetings, new friends. We have noticed you watching with your eyes, watching them fly, swim, and crawl. We are joyful to meet others as excited about hands as we. We hope you appreciate these new hands. Smell them with your nose. Taste them with your mouth. Touch them with your hands. With your glorious, gleaming hands. Touch them upon their hands so pure. May you find always happiness in hands. Soft hands.
Since this event, instances of -1 have appeared more frequently with less advantageously placed hands, and greater numbers of hands per instance. Instances bearing communications have also increased. Investigation is ongoing. Classification upgrade to Keter pending review. And yeah, I definitely feel like that gives us a little more context on the first one. I'm gonna do a cop-out thing here and actually say that I feel this one's one of those rare occasions where I feel like this truly benefits from kinda me not saying too much about it. I think there are a bunch of different conclusions. I'm coming to a few myself, and I know that some of you are, you're here. You think that one of the main cool things about this is to like hearing my thoughts and starting some discussion on these. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be discussing this. I definitely think you should. I'd be really curious to read down in the comments. But I kind of don't want to say too much because, well, first of all, because I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but also because like the theories I have feel. It's sort of like some of the weirder aspects of like, I don't know, Twin Peaks or something, or Star Wars. I don't want to turn this into midichlorians. I want to keep the fantastical nature of the Force alive for this one, I feel like. But maybe that's just a cop-out answer because I need to move on to the next one because we decided, or rather I decided in the heat of the moment to record an extra entry, and I've already been going for an hour, and I don't want to stress Veeti out too much. Let's move on to the next one. SCP-2778 by CapnThatguy from the SCP Wiki. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Due to SCP-2778's stationary nature and its existence within Anomalous Item Research Site 4, from here on out shortened to ARS-4, minimal containment procedures are necessary. A new D-Class restroom has been constructed on the floor below 2778, and D-Class personnel previously assigned to ARS-4 have been reassigned to different projects. A standard Level 3 passcode lock has been placed on the door leading to 2778 to prevent unauthorized entry. Description: SCP-2778 is a spatio-temporal anomaly comprising the entirety of the D-Class restroom at Anomalous Item Research Site 4. This anomaly appears to be accessible only to D-Class personnel assigned to ARS-4. Footnote: the exact parameters of this requirement are currently unknown. Temporarily demoting researchers to D-Class personnel during experiments has not resulted in the ability to enter 2778. Only one subject can enter 2778 at any time. Interviews with D-Class personnel have resulted in a general description of the interior of 2778, however, these descriptions should be considered unreliable due to the inability of Foundation researchers to investigate the anomaly. When a D-Class subject enters 2778, they vanish from ARS-4. Communication and recording devices cease to function immediately upon entering 2778. D-Class subjects report appearing in the entryway of an approximately 2,800 square foot ranch-style house, which consists of 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, kitchen, living room, entry hall, and garage. Full floor plans based on D-Class testimony can be found in Document-3. Windows and doors which lead outdoors cannot be opened, with the exception of the front door, which opens onto a solid plane of soft white light. Passing through this light returns the subject to ARS-4. The time of day and weather within 2778 match that of ARS-4 at the time of entry, and follow normal patterns after entry. Walls throughout 2778 are white or off-white, and furnishing are described as similar to those found in model homes. Electricity and water are functional, but there are no internet, cable, or telephone connections. The kitchen contains a full stock of fresh foods, and the living room contains a large number of books, films, and music. I will say, immediately, right away, I fucking love this. I really, really like this. Something about houses and like non-Euclidean real estate horror that really speaks to me. It's my favorite shit. I'm super into this so far. Maybe we should do like a JVSCP favorites, a little list where we can give certain entries. Both me and Veeti can give them like a little star, and if they get a star, they get a special little animation at the end, and then they end up on a special little list. Maybe that'll be available in the description. I don't know. I got that idea right now, but I think we should do that. Veeti, what do you think?
Hi, I'm V, and yeah, I'm here at the former Site 338 of the J&V division of the SCP Foundation. And I'm just kind of here to give my opinion on what Jeff just said. So yeah, I think it's a great idea, first of all. I mean, while I've been reading and consuming SCP content for a bit, it's been fun to find more obscure and mundane entries through working on these videos. So I think it's definitely a fun idea to showcase the ones that we like the most among them. And kind of, you know, make that list. Yeah, I support this notion. Or motion. Yeah, I support it.
While within 2778, subjects experience a temporal dilation of approximately 60 to 1, allowing D-Class personnel to spend several hours at a time within 2778 unnoticed by Foundation staff prior to the anomaly's discovery. When 2778 is unoccupied for at least 12 minutes, the contents of 2778 reset, replacing any consumed items or removed objects and repairing damage caused by previous occupants. 2778 also updates at irregular intervals, adding new foods and recently released media. Objects weighing less than 1 kilo may be brought back through 2778 and are not affected by future resets. Testing has not revealed anomalous activity in any objects brought from 2778. Non-D-Class personnel perceive 2778 as a non-anomalous restroom and can use it as such with no complications. While a D-Class subject is within 2778, the toilet stall door appears to be shut and cannot be opened. Shoes and the bottom of a D-Class uniform can be seen from beneath the stall. D-Class subjects report hearing speech from individuals within 3 meters of the stall clearly, regardless of the subject's location within 2778. When a subject exits 2778, they appear within the stall, which can then be opened normally. Interview-1. SCP-2778 was discovered by researchers during an interview with D-23588, after he made reference during testing to a film which had been released after his incarceration. As no on-site researchers reported having seen this film and the 4 on-site D-Class personnel had not been transferred in the past years, it was suspected that this knowledge had been anomalously obtained. D-23588 eventually revealed the existence of SCP-2778 after questioning. Below is a transcript of the initial interview with D-23588 regarding SCP-2778 after the anomaly had been confirmed. Interviewer, Dr. Richards. Begin log.
So now that we've seen you disappear and reappear from that bathroom, perhaps you'd like to tell us where exactly it is you're going.
Well, like I told y'all, it's a house. Pretty nice one. Comfy couch and bed, lots of movies and games. Great food. Time passes faster, so we can spend an afternoon in there and y'all just think we're going to the can. Can't get out of the house or even open the windows, but you can't have everything, I guess.
And how long have you known about this anomaly?
As long as I've been here. I learned about it from the guys who were here before me, and they learned it from the guys before them. Don't know how long it's been going on before that, but I'd bet it's been here about as long as this building. Heck, one guy that used to be here said that one of the first Ds here actually made it somehow.
Very well. We'll be interviewing the other D-Class about this anomaly shortly, and once we do, we'll return to make sure that you're telling us the same things.
Before you go, can I ask you something?
I suppose.
Well, I'm just saying, with only 4 of us here testing all these weird things, we end up running tests all day, no stopping. We spend hours tossing pencils around, putting rocks in our pockets, twisting knobs and pushing buttons. And for what? To see if it'll glow or sing a song or make us puke before y'all throw it in a box and forget about it? There's no point in that.
I'm sure we could transfer you to something more, meaningful, if you wanted.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm just saying, after doing stuff like that all day, you've got to have something interesting to do. Watch a movie, read a book, make yourself a nice meal. You just can't do that with what little y'all give us. Heck, I can't even get a decent night's sleep with a motor mouth like Harry yapping away all night.
It's the point.
Don't take this away from us. Please.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay, so I'm not saying we are gonna do the star system thing, because I haven't talked it over with Veeti, but if we are, this one 100% gets a little J gold star, so that's a Jeff gold star. Maybe we will have, do both of us give him one, or only one of us? I don't know how that'll work, but yeah, this is my favorite in a good while. This is really good. It's got everything that I like. It's safe, which, as you've probably picked up on by now, is my favorite classification. I think a lot of the safe ones are super underappreciated. It's got Euclidean sort of strange horror, but also it's not horror. I like anything that revolves around a house that acts in ways that you're not expecting it to, and it's got some of that like interpolitics, is that the word? Whatever, it's got like the internal goings on of the Foundation in relation to the D-Class and everything, and I really like that. So as you may know, within the SCP universe, there is no like clear canon. There are many canons and many interpretations, but there's not one that is like the real one, which is one of the really cool aspects of the SCP universe. But there are some sort of semi-canon things that are more kind of widely accepted, and I think one that is like not everyone agrees, but that a lot of people subscribe to, is that D-Class in general are like death row inmates and stuff like that. So that's why they're why it's like a bit more morally okay, even though you could definitely argue that it's not like morally okay to do fucking human experiments on people just because they've committed crimes, but it's supposed to make you feel a little bit better about how badly they're being treated. But I like the ones where they get humanized a little bit, like this one. But yeah, that gets a gold star from me. I don't know what Veeti thinks, but that we'll find out in editing.
Alright, so, hey, V again, and I'm here to give my opinion on 2778. I definitely agree with Jeff. This is a great entry. I really like entries with this kind of more mundane or meta level stuff. Anything with world building that focuses on the more basic things is always fun, in my opinion. I think it's really cozy, it's a bit sad, and it has a nice little create your own story conclusion with the creation of this portal being like unknown, and so it definitely gets a V gold star from me.
My cat is screaming, and if I had to guess, it's because she wants me to move on. Jesus Christ, she wants me to move on to the last entry of the day. SCP-4711 by Qpalzo from the SCP Wiki. Recommended to us here at JVSCP by Venabre, however you're supposed to pronounce that. Object class: safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-4711 is owned and operated by Foundation personnel as a typical 7-Eleven chain. 4711 is to be staffed with no less than 2 Foundation personnel, who are to observe all standards set by the 7-Eleven Corporation. In order to reduce civilian exposure, 4711 should be as unwelcoming as possible. 4711's exterior is to appear disheveled and poorly maintained. Any non-Foundation personnel who makes mention of the anomaly or appears to be distressed while within 4711 is to be amnesticized and removed from 4711. Description: SCP-4711 is a 7-Eleven franchise convenience store located in Malaysia. From the outside, 4711 bears no irregularities, and its anomalous properties manifest only when a subject is inside. Whenever a subject enters 4711, products that the subject most prefers will spontaneously disappear. A majority of subjects, when viewing the anomaly directly, fail to notice the disappearance due to a mild mimetic effect. When viewed from the outside or via 4711's security cameras, the disappearance of items is visible. Notably, the mimetic effect carries through these methods of viewing. Tracking devices placed on or within items are left behind when items disappear. This disappearance effect is not only limited to foodstuffs and is applicable to any item sold within 4711. Items of the same type, flavoring, or brand as the preferred item will remain, but the specific item the subject most enjoys will not be present. See Addendum 4711-1. Additionally, when a subject attempts to use 4711's restroom, the entrance will be locked, or the facilities themselves will be out of order. When a subject attempts to use the slushy machine or soda fountain, the machines will immediately fail to operate or release only flavoring syrups. In the event that a subject carries multiple forms of payment, the registers will only accept the form they least commonly use. Addendum 4711-1 Testing Log.
Experiment number 0001. Subject
D-1543-1.
Procedure
D-1543-1 is given 20 ringgits. And then there's a footnote saying national currency of Malaysia. So in the text it just says 20 MYR. So I googled and it's called Malaysian ringgits. I don't know if it's pronounced ringgits, but if it comes up again, that's how I'm pronouncing it. Sorry, Malaysians. And told to inform the researchers of what he intends to purchase before he enters SCP-4711. Subject is then instructed to enter 4711 and purchase said item.
Result
D-1543-1 tells researchers that he intends to purchase a bag of M&Ms. D-1543-1 exits the store 8 minutes later with no items and complains to researchers that they only had peanut M&Ms.
Notes.
D-1543-1 is allergic to peanuts.
Experiment number 0001. Subject
D-04.
Procedure
D04 is asked what their least favorite snack, food and drink is. Subject is then instructed to purchase each item, namely a bag of Lay's salt and vinegar chips and a bottle of cherry Coca-Cola. This D-class has terrible taste. S-tier chips, S-tier Coca-Cola. Don't at me. Subject is informed to purchase closest analogs if he cannot find the exact items. D04 is giving 30 ringgits to purchase said items.
Result.
D04 exits 3 minutes later with a bag of 7 select brand salt and vinegar chips and a can of vanilla Coca-Cola. Items are later tested and are deemed non-anomalous.
Experiment number 0001. Subject.
D67.
Procedure.
D67 is confined to a containment cell for 24 hours without food or water. Upon release, D67 is given 80 ringgits and is instructed to enter 4711.
Result.
D67 exits the store 6 minutes later with 1/2 gallon of skim milk 2 days past its sell-by date, and complains to researchers that he hates skim milk. Additionally, D67 tells researchers that both the slushy machine was broken and that the soda fountain only dispensed flavoring syrup.
Experiment number 0001. Preface.
Initial sweep of 4711 was met with a short hiccup when a member of the recovery team found the door to the restroom to be locked. Upon failing to breach, another member of the recovery team attempted to open the door and was met with no resistance. The following test was to investigate the potential anomalous nature of the room.
Subject.
D31 and D67.
Procedure.
D31 is instructed to inform researchers when they require the restroom and is then sent into 4711 with instructions to utilize the store's facilities. D67 is instructed to empty their bladder before the test.
Result.
D31 cannot enter the restroom as the door is locked. D31 reports hearing faint grunting from behind the restroom door. The sound could not be heard on security footage, and members of MTF Alpha 10 did not back up D31's claim. D67 is then instructed to attempt entry. The door is still locked. D31 is then instructed to leave 4711 and D67 is ordered to re-attempt entry. Upon D31's exit, the restroom door opens for D67 with no hindrance, revealing an ordinary bathroom.
Experiment number 0001. Subject.
D15, chosen for their natural resistance to mimetic agents.
Procedure.
D15 is given 80 ringgits and is instructed to enter the store to purchase his favorite item.
Result.
D15 exits the store after 6 seconds in a state of distress. When interviewed, D15 reports that the items evaporated right in front of his eyes. I said for some entry a few videos ago that I really like the ones that make me feel like someone in real life went to a place or saw a thing and then was like, this feels like a fucking SCP to me, and then they went ahead and wrote the article. This one is truly giving me those vibes. I feel like someone, presumably someone in Malaysia, went to their local 7-Eleven, couldn't find any of the things they wanted, and maybe tried to go to the bathroom at some point and it was locked, and they were like, whatever you need from this fucking 7-Eleven you can't get. It's like an SCP. Oh, hold on, let me write an SCP about it. And then they did. Do I know that that's what happened? Of course not, but that's what it feels like. And I'm even willing to bet that the photo in here is a photo of their specific 7-Eleven, like the specific one around where they live or that where they have experienced this. But what do I know? Maybe it's just someone with a good imagination. This entry also like borders into getting a gold star from me because I thought this was also really good. This is a perfect example of a good, safe entry, I think. So fuck it, why not? I'll give this a little gold star as well. And with that, we're done with today's video. It's been a mess to record. Hopefully you haven't noticed it. My cat has been going absolutely nuts in the background for the entire recording, and I've been interrupted, and it's just one of those days. But regardless, I'm very happy that you've sat through the whole thing. I'm very happy for your support, and I'm extra happy about our patrons and YouTube members, which are up on screen right now. Thank you very much for supporting the channel.
Hello, this is V, and I'm here to just kind of inform you that while our Patreon has been quite empty for a while, I'm starting to make behind the scenes videos. kind of just going through my thought process and some of the like tricks and tips and shit that I do with the videos. So I'm gonna be starting to post them on our Patreon and to our YouTube members. So subscribe to the Patreon, become a member if you want to see those. And yeah, now let's just get back to Jeff.
Both me and Veeti are greatly appreciative of the fact that you do that. And yeah, we hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.